As we're approaching the holidays, it's a time of year that just gets a bit crazy, and there's a lot of things to get done, there's a lot of activities, and there's usually a lot of things that can be a little bit upsetting, and it can be really difficult to be a minimalist at this time. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top tips to stay organized, happy, and sane during these holidays. So keep watching. Hello beautiful friends, and a warm welcome back to Simple Essentials. If you are new to the channel, my name is Emmy, and in this channel we talk all about organizing your life and simplifying your life in as many ways as possible. Usually I do videos about cooking, meal prep, budgets, organizing your house, organizing your thoughts, and things like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, I would love for you to subscribe and hit that button below. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some really basic principles. It's a little bit different from my usual videos, but I thought it was a useful one at this time of year. And the reason is, and I love the beautiful YouTube community out there, so if you have done a video or like watching these kind of videos, please don't take offense. But I see this all the time. Getting it all done. And seeing that kind of language just makes me a little bit upset, only because it's kind of like someone else is setting our agenda and we are not in charge of what we're doing with our time. So if you're feeling this or a flavor of this, I encourage you to crinkle it all up and throw it away. My cat's probably going to come running and chasing that now just because I threw some paper on the floor. Point being, you are in charge of your time and your life and the things, the activities, and the objects you invite in. I appreciate that during the holidays, it can be super difficult to keep your priorities straight, and especially, a lot of people and family and relatives and things like that. So I'm going to give you firstly my two favorite control questions that I often ask when I'm not really sure what's going on. So the first question to ask yourself this holiday is, do I or do we need this? This is a good minimalist question in general, right? Because it kind of comes back to that principle of, do I need this object? Do I need another coffee maker? Do I need an extra pot in my kitchen? Do I need 5 warm jumpers? And the same goes for the holidays. So ask yourself, do I need, or do we need, do my family need this activity, this thing? Do we need to drive to all the aunties and uncles? Or do we, if we don't need that, if we need rest and relaxation, let's find a way of making as much as possible of that happen. So again, do I/do we need this? And I appreciate sometimes it's a bit of a negotiation. My second favorite question to ask as a minimalist or someone who likes to simplify things is this one here, which is this a must? This one is especially good during the holidays because quite often we'll have a particular format in mind. So for example, in order for it to feel like Christmas, we must have certain things present. And that's totally fine. It could be about gifts, who you spend it with, what you cook. If you don't celebrate Christmas, another holiday of a similar kind. But really do ask yourself if all the things on your list that you're trying to get done are a must. If they're not a must, I'm going to show you a super simple trick right now of how you can prioritize if you're feeling like your head's boiling over a little bit. But it's an important thing to know, because if we have a theme, for example, for me, it's mid-December as I filmed this video. For me this year, I know that I need rest and recovery. It's been full on with work. It's been a crazy year with the pandemic, lots of lockdowns here in Melbourne. So being in nature and having relaxation time is my priority. Now that means that I might not see all my friends, or it might mean that, certain activities get shortened or even deprioritized, because for me personally and for my partner, nature time and relaxing is what we really both crave, and that is a must for me. So it means that I can use this next little tip I'm going to show you quite easily as I look at my to-do list. Okay, so what is this magical trick, Emmy? Well, it's simply to divide your focus into what you need to get done and what would be good to get done. So quite simply, I've just taken an A4 paper here, drawn a line down the middle, but you can obviously do this however you like. On the first side, I want you to put your must-haves or your must-dos. And these will be the action items that you really need to get done. You know, like you need to buy one holiday gift for each person in your family or something like that, or you need to, I don't know, clean the house or something like that. So they go on one side and they should be your shorter list. And be honest with yourself here, what is a must and what's a good to have, because I think you know that within yourself. In the other column, you're going to put the good to get done stuff. So good to get done is usually a longer list, but normally what we do when we have a to-do list, we put everything on the same to-do list. Instead of being really clear as we prioritize in our mind, this is a must and this is a good to have. So what are some good to have? Well, good to have might be, it would be good if we could go and see that family member we have not seen for 6 months, if we can fit it in and it works for our family or for you in your life. It could also be something like, it would be great if I got to clean my windows, or some other thing you've been pushing off, and you can have house visitors and you're like, oh, it'd be really nice if the front windows were cleaned. Is it a must for you? For some people it could be, but for me personally, cleaning my porch windows is not going to be on my must list. It's going to be on my good to have or good to get done list. So there you have it. It's really quite simple, because minimalism or living a simple life is really about living life on your terms and making sure that you are happy and healthy so you can be there for the other people in your world that you love. And by following this really simple method, you can pair it right back to the core principles. And it can also be a really great time to have a chat with your family and do some expectation management for last year. So this is a little bonus tip. For example, if you have a big family holiday tradition, but you and your family or you and your partner or just you actually feel like, next year I don't want to go to the big family gathering. Next year I am going to travel overseas, or I'm going to go camping, or I'm going to do this other activity that I really want to do that suits me. So what you can do this year, if you've already committed to the holiday plans, is to set an expectation with your family to say, look, it's been really lovely to see you all this year. Next year, I or we are going to go do this other thing. So just giving you a heads up, or we're going to be celebrating with friends or whatever that is. So it can be a really, really good thing if you mention it now when you're having a nice time together, because that way you've managed expectations. And when the question comes up in 10 months' time, you can go, oh, as we said last year, we're actually going to do this thing instead. As a little bonus, if you haven't checked it out yet, I will link my video up here about holiday gifts that are sustainable, affordable, and all those sort of things. So check that video out. I will also link it below if you are running low on gift ideas and don't know what to get someone, because let's face it, it's getting pretty close now. This will be my last video with Simple Essentials for 2021. It's been so wonderful to see this community grow over the past year, and I'm really grateful for each and every one of you here who gives me a thumbs up, a subscribe, a comment, or anything like that. It really, really helps my channel out, and I love hearing what you guys want to hear more about. So in 2022, there's going to be lots more meal prepping, budgeting, goal setting, other cool things. So I really hope to see you in the new year. Have a safe and happy holiday season wherever you are, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.